Hi everyone, and welcome to this program looking at the Boeing 747-400. I can only apologise once again for the lack of videos, but real world activity has meant I'm simply unable to put many videos out, and given that editing, even at my very novice level, is very fiddly, I haven't had the time to do it. But hopefully this video will be of some use. We still have plenty to look at in the A320 and the Q400, so we will be going back to those in future videos. But I wanted to get started on the 747 as it's a great simulation and it's also one of my very favourite aeroplanes in the real world. So we'll start off, I think, with the normal procedures as I have done with the Q400 and the A320. So we'll do an ordinary line flight from Gatwick to Barbados. We start on the ground here at Gatwick, so let's get started. When we first get onto the flight deck, we would check the various aircraft documents and the technical log, also the presence of the emergency equipment, and also the P6 and the P7 circuit breakers, but we don't have those in the sim world. So we'll start by checking the ground maintenance panel, which is just aft of the P7 circuit breakers. Here we're checking that the ground test switch is guarded. All of the flight control hydraulic power switches are guarded, and the valve closed lights are also extinguished. Some aircraft have an APU start source switch located here, which needs to be in the TR position for APU start. We don't have that on this particular aeroplane. Going on to check the generator field, switches are all guarded and the field off lights are extinguished, and the split system breaker switch is also guarded. We're also looking to make sure the IRS on bat switch is extinguished, and the various EEC maintenance power switches and the reserve 2 and 3 switch are also guarded. Once we've looked at the ground maintenance panel, we can then start our initial safety inspection. For the safety inspection, we check that the battery switch is on, the standby power is in auto, demand pumps for the hydraulics are all off, the fuel main transfer 1 and 4 switch here at the back of the overhead panel is off, the alternate flap selector is off here on the main panel. Also checking the gear lever is down, and this agrees with the indication on the ICAS. The flap lever is up and no flap indication on the ICAS screen. And also checking that external power or APU power has been established. You can see that we have external power connected. Just a note on applying electrical power to the airplane: it must be done in the order that I've given. That means batteries selected on first, then the standby power to auto, and then either the external power connected to the AC bus bars or the APU can be started. The APU start switch on the ground maintenance panel needs to be in TR if it's fitted to the aircraft, which it isn't on this particular one. And then the switch for the APU can be transferred from off through on to the start position, and it's spring loaded back to on. The APU will start, the avail lights will show in the APU generator switches, and they can then be depressed and connected to the AC bus bars. If you don't apply electrical power in that order, you're very likely to get status messages on the ICAS and system faults. So it's battery first, standby power, and then either connecting the APU or the external power to the AC bus bars. We can then get the latest ATIS either by tuning the frequency or through ACARS, and then use it to obtain our regulated takeoff weight. Now this can be done through TopCat or any other takeoff performance calculator you have available. The regulated takeoff weight is the maximum permissible takeoff weight for the particular runway we're on and the particular conditions we're operating in. And in TopCat it's shown as the performance limiting weight. Given the conditions we're operating in today, we have a regulated takeoff weight of 337.6 tons and an estimated takeoff weight, that is, of 288.9 tons from the flight plan. So we're likely to be well below our limiting figure. This also demonstrates to us that we're likely to be able to take off with a derated engine power or a reduced thrust setting, or hopefully a combination of the two. So once we've got our regulated takeoff weight, we can annotate it somewhere, maybe on the flight plan or something like that. And once this is done, we can start our panel scan, starting on the captain's side of the overhead and working our way methodically across the overhead panel and then the rest of the flight deck.